I got kidnapped as a kid and still have nightmares today. I was just 10 years old when it happened. It was another day at the park we always went to. My mom and her friend had a beer and let me wander off to the swings, a few yards away from where they sat on the bench. The park was always full of people and I knew it was safe. I remember seeing from the corner of my eye this tall man with dark hair and a baseball cap, just like in the movies. He was standing just outside the playground's gate. He looked lost, hesitant, but then his eyes locked onto mine. He approached me with the weirdest energy and smile that I will never forget. He asked very softly and calmly if I knew where the bathroom was. I pointed toward the far side of the park, but instead of walking away, he stood there for a moment, staring at me, and then asked if I could show him the way. I said no at first, but I was raised to be nice to people, so I said yes moments later. I started walking to the bathroom, and I remember him touching my back once, not grabbing it or holding me, but just touching my back as he walked right behind me. When we got closer to the bathroom, he grabbed my wrist and pulled me on the far side of the bathroom walls outside of anyone's vision. I tried to pull away, but his hand tightened, and panic set in. The weight of his presence, like something heavy pressing down on me, made it hard to breathe. He pushed me into a surprisingly nicer truck that was parked near the trees, and before I could even think about what was happening, he slammed the door shut. I remember feeling completely numb because I had no idea what was happening. I couldn't even speak or think. The van never actually pulled away before a cop car pulled up behind him. I kinda blacked out during this moment, but I remember being grabbed from the truck by a woman police officer and just laying in her arms as she brought me to my mom. My mom and other friends' fam that were there were screaming like no other. It all happened so fast. I had no idea what his plan was, but I knew that if the officers hadn't acted so quickly, I might never have seen my mom again. The man was wanted for rape and murder. I'm not sure if his charges were underage, but regardless, he was a terrible man with no good intentions. That day, the world shifted for me. I never looked at the park, let alone any park, the same way again. I never let my guard down and always carry a knife and mace with me when out at the bars or even on a run. I also want to say, not a cabbie. I know in today's world it seems that cops' highlights are usually negative, but you never know when one might save your life. Or your child's life. The police had been there when I needed them most, and they saved my life. The man was arrested, his dark past revealed in the aftermath, but I'm just glad I made it home in one piece.